good weekend for the picks. We did pretty well. Hope you all cashed some rewards. This week's a little different with the in-season tournament kicking off today, the knockout rounds today and tomorrow. So a very small slate of games. These teams are all guaranteed one game that made the knockout round, but obviously if they're knocked out, they don't get to play again. So that's why it says one game for all those teams. But if they win, they're going to get extra games to play. Of course, this is good competition. These are kind of a playoff type atmosphere, a lot of money on the line. So we have a couple things to look at today. I'll get right into those. Porzingis is still out. He was thinking he might get back for these games, but he's not going to play tonight. Al Horford's been awesome filling in for him. We can look at his numbers with the games that Porzingis has missed. I've plugged in his numbers in those, so he's playing over 30 minutes and translating to 43.6 Sorare points without Porzingis going, 1.42 points a minute, I think, and an L10 of 26. So you're really beating your L10 with Horford. Right now, he's going for about $7. He's a great guy to get in your lineup today. Tyrese Halliburton has an upper respiratory infection. He missed last game. He's questionable for tonight. A lot hinges on how he looks at shoot-around this morning, if he even comes to shoot-around this morning. We're going to wait on news on him. The guy you want to target if he is out is TJ McConnell. We can look at TJ McConnell's game logs with Halliburton out. He scored 35 and 37. His averages with Halliburton out come out to about 36. 1.35 points a minute. His L10 is 16. He's still under $4. He's a cheap ad. He's actually a guy I would like in my gallery anyway, as Halliburton does miss some time here and there. If Halliburton is a no-go, I believe Andrew Nembhard will get the start, but McConnell will be more effective off the bench. I'm going to go through some of the guys that have been ruled out for this week to try to give you a little leg up. Chicago Bulls have been a mess this year. Zach LaVine is currently sitting with a foot injury for at least the next week. When he is out, the main beneficiaries point scoring wise are Dosunmu and Kobe White. DeRozan gets a little bump. The Bulls have 2+ matchups this week against Charlotte at home and then at San Antonio, both bottom 10 defenses. Ayo Dosunmu is currently at 13. Kobe White is at 27. If we look at White first, he has played 21 games. He's shooting 40% from 3 on some good volume. Better recently, though. And the game logs give the story. These last two, DeRozan and LaVine were both out on the 30th of November. He had a 42. With DeRozan back last game, he got almost 56. He's still a 27, so I think you can certainly play him this week. Dosunmu, the far lower usage player than Kobe White, only getting off about 5 shots a game, but obviously his role's increased. If we look at his Sorare production, he's fairly inefficient, 0.73 for the season, but lately, 22 last game, 36 the game before. Those are the same 2 games that White went off. I think you can certainly use him at 13 right now. One more guy I wanted to highlight is Torrey Craig. I don't love him. He's pretty inefficient at 0.72 points per minute, but he is getting more minutes with LaVine out. Caruso left last game with injury, so I think he has a chance to do something this week. His L10 still only 13. His cost is it's under $3. So I think he's definitely in play this week with the 2 good matchups. If you're willing to roll the dice for a value play on the Nets, I think it's Dennis Smith Jr. coming off that 40-point performance last time out. His L10 still 14, and he's still relatively inexpensive at 326. 0.97 points per minute. He's been pretty good. It's a little muddy with all the injuries. You don't know who's in and who's out. Payton remains out in Golden State. Draymond Green is back from suspension, and I think he is certainly in play right now. If we look at his stats for the year, he's actually shooting 47% from three-point range. Now, I don't know if that'll hold up or not, but that's a huge improvement for him. He's a guy that can obviously rebound. He can pass. He can get some blocks and steals. He plays good defense. So, I mean, he's capable of big points on given nights. If we look through his game logs, he just put up a 39. High on the season is about 46. I think he's capable of more than that. Right now he's a 26 L10 at 1.04 points per minute with his minutes increasing. He's actually a really good play. The 2-18 Detroit Pistons finally rolled out Bojan Bogdanovic. First game of the year for him. He played 27 minutes coming off the bench. 1.16 points per minute is very good. He gunned up 10 3-point attempts. I think they're going to feature him, trying to trade him. He doesn't fit with their roster. He's 34. Everybody else on their team's probably under 25. I think they're going to showcase him for a trade, so he's going to get up a lot of shots. I think he could potentially score a ton of points. He's still an L10 of 30. I think he can beat that. Vince Williams in Memphis came up big for us over the weekend. Came up with a 37. Really nice game for him. His minutes have been slowly increasing. Last game, Zaire Williams and Derrick Rose both sat, and his minutes went up a little higher. But even with both of them playing, he played 26 and had his best game of the year. He's still an 11 for an L10, and he's still around $5. 0.94 points per minute is pretty good. I would say he is a good dice roll this week, regardless of what happens with those other two guys. With Bam Adebayo not traveling with the team for their next game, I'd say Orlando Robinson is your guy. He gets the giant jump when he plays, and Bam does not. Looking at his numbers, he's an L10 of 11. He's about a point a minute, and I think he's going to get you about 30. He's a 10, 7, 8. 30 on an 11 is pretty good. If you look at the 3 games he played without Bam, you've got 26.5, 33.8, and 28. All right, well, that's what I've got for you today. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. Please like and subscribe to videos. I'm trying to grow this thing a little bit. Appreciate you watching. Good luck this week.